right?
Yeah.
And so that
I get that.
I guess going to the
To
theater
me, it seems
is
kind
a
of...
bigger version of when we talked about everybody sitting around in a setting and they're all on their phones and not talking to each other.
Well, that's what you're doing in the theater. Just being honest.
So last week,
Yeah.
or last week's episode, we were pretty serious. Very serious. For good reason. There was really no humor, no place for humor in last week's topic. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yep.
We'll wait. Okay, are you back?
That's funny.
That's where they pause it and they come
Yeah,
back to the same spot.
Okay.
So last week, we didn't promise because we try not to promise. Maybe I promised and you didn't allow me to promise
Possible.
that this week would be a
Probably.
little more fun, right? Because we used to do that a lot.
We did. We would still talk serious topics, but then we would be
You-
able to go off and
Yeah,
on our little tangents.
a year ago, before we
Seems
did our
so
video
long ago, yeah.
podcast, and even when we started doing the video podcast, we were a little more fun. But times are getting more serious in the world, and we have to adjust. So a little less humor, but
At least on here. Usually I'm still goofing off, like,
yeah,
all
But-
around.
we don't have time on here to be just goofing off.
Okay.
If we were just goofing off on here all the time, what would it do for the viewers?
They'd have fun.
But what's it going to do for them? What is it going to do for their edification, for
I
their
don't know.
advancement in life? For you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would be playing a part. If we just goofed off on here every week, we would do what everybody else is doing, where everybody's getting the clicks, getting the views.
Clickbait.
Speaking of that, they get clickbait.
Clickbait.
They get some users out there. Many users get millions of views. Millions of views. For what?
I have no idea.
For
I
nothing.
usually don't watch those videos. Unless
Well,
they're
okay,
animals.
Okay, you don't have to
then I
watch them.
tend to.
You don't have to watch them, but you can
Kitties.
see on the thumbnail how many views it got
And you're like,
without having to watch it, right?
I know.
And there's something about when I see that many views, I'll try to scroll past it because that tells me there's a good chance that it's nothing. That
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
nonsense.
That's true because
Nonsense.
that's true because that reminds me. So on our Facebook, they have like these little videos and shorts and stuff, and like you watch it and you think, okay, and they have these like cards and they keep flipping these cards and trying to tell us, oh my
And
goodness.
you're waiting and waiting.
And it takes like 8 minutes, and I'm like, what are you
And what
doing?
happens at the end? Nothing?
No, it's like ridiculous. I'm like, you literally made me wait this long? What a waste. And it's so horrible. And so that's like, so see, I found out that you can fast forward through all that. So I tend to just fast forward and then get to the end if I'm going to watch one. But yeah, it's just
But
constantly.
after a while, you catch on.
Yeah. Or like cake, like people have a thing about pouring like icing over cake. And then you think it's going to do something really cool. And
It's
no,
nothing.
it doesn't do anything. It's like,
Now,
what
let's
is
say
that?
it's not one of those videos where you got to wait and wait and wait.
Yeah.
And it's just a quick 15, 30-second video.
Yeah.
Same result. It's garbage. It's like, what did it do for you? What did it do for your...
Yeah. I will say there are funny like kitty videos that I like and dog videos.
Yeah,
And those
kinda-
are probably some of the most popular ones.
Kind of going back to that.
It's like America's Funniest Home Videos.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I kind of like that, but it's like you could like spend hours doing that.
I don't
which
mind.
Is problematic.
I don't mind a little bit of that sometimes if I just need to laugh. You
Or a
know, I like
meme.
to watch cat videos.
Yeah.
Cats are funny.
Yeah, and dogs.
Unless they're your own cat, then they're not as funny.
Oh, our cat's adorable.
That was an inside joke.
Mm.
But I guess the point of this episode is pretty much that. It's just.
Waste your time for like 30 while we're talking.
But here's the thing.
Well, waste your time.
But here's the thing. We're not gonna waste your time.
Oh, we're not. Okay.
We're gonna.
I thought that whole like coming into this was
We're
like...
gonna. We're gonna appear to, but we're not.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I'm going to give a little secret. I'm going to tell everybody how to get 1 million views. How
Okay.
you can get 1 million views.
Why haven't we gotten it then?
Because we're not doing stupid stuff. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, depends on the opinion.
You know what? I'm just going to get out of the way
kinda
right
subjective.
now. I'm just going to do it right now.
Okay.
I'm just going to do it right now. How to get 1 million views. Right?
Okay.
Okay. There's a couple ways of doing it. One is one of us showing some skin, doing something
Perverted.
doing something perverted. I'm not going there.
Good
right?
for you.
That's one way to get 1 million views.
That's true.
Right? That's all it takes. There are other ways. I'll show you.
Oh no. What are you doing?
Huh?
I'm scared.
I'll be right back.
What? You just left me here.
Don't worry, I can do a little editing.
What in the... You better not touch me with that, or you're going to be in big trouble.
What are you talking about? Hold on. Now people see what my hair looks like without my headset.
Oh no.
So, should I cover up the brand?
Yes. Can you cover up the brand?
You know what that is. I'll show you how to get 1 million views.
No, you're not doing that.
Thumbnail.
No. Oh my goodness, you're actually doing that? Oh, that's different. That's it?
Anyway.
That was weak.
Because you know when you scroll, flip, and then you get to the end, it's nothing? Mm-hmm. That's what that was.
Oh, I can't believe you like we're going to do that.
Now, I could have actually did it, and that was 1 million views. I could have done it on me, 1 million views. Or I could do you think I'm going to do something, I'm not, 1 million views. I can jump up right now and do a silly dance. Mm-hmm. Make a face. Booga, booga, booga.
I'm waiting.
And that's it. Right?
Yeah. I'm disappointed. You haven't done it yet. I'm still waiting for the 1 million views. I'd be one of the million if you did something like that.
You know what is the disappointing thing? Watching videos like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And it did nothing for me. Mm-hmm. It does nothing for the viewers. All it did for you was make you dumber. That's all it did.
Okay.
And for what?
I don't know.
It's very... I don't care if we never get 1 million views.
Yeah.
I would rather not.
Yeah.
If we are doing nonsense, doing nothing for the brain, for the viewers, or for ourselves, and get 1 million views, I would be disappointed.
Yeah.
If we do what is right, and we give what our point of this podcast is, moral advice or encouragement, and we get 100 views, I am more satisfied with that, because we just encourage the lives of 100 viewers versus made 1 million viewers dumber. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
It's the purpose behind it. You know, it's that motivation, and it's like with everything else. We just don't ask the question enough. What's the purpose? What's its purpose? I mean, that's the thing we should ask ourselves. What's our purpose? I think that's one question that many people don't ask themselves. They're like, what's my purpose on this earth? Some people say you have no purpose, which is horrible. Others will say, well, you have this purpose or you have that purpose. But we want people to actually think, well, what is my purpose on earth? It's more than just surviving, and it's more than just being entertained, because eventually the entertainment dies.
There is a time and place for entertainment.
Yeah, I watch cat videos. I'll admit it.
We all do it, right?
Yeah.
And this is pertaining mostly to mobile devices, which is going to be your phone, tablets, even streaming services, which if you do it on your TV, fine. But lots of times people watch streaming on their phones or tablets or whatever.
What are we doing with our time? I think that's really a key part of this.
And how much time are you spending on it?
Because the problem with social media is you can be on there and you think you're only on there for like 5 minutes. You're not like for 5 hours. Like it gets that. It's so invasive. It's like virtual reality. You know what I mean?
And we are getting to the point. We have gotten to the point where if you don't have your phone, you don't know what to do with your time. And say you do have your phone, any downtime you have, any silence in your day, whether it's during conversation, you're at work, or whatever it may be, you instantly go to the phone to fill that time.
Yep.
I don't know how many times for example, I've been at work. People can relate this to whatever situation at school, college, or wherever. And you're sitting around, even at home, or you're hanging out with family. I don't know how many times everybody's sitting around, not speaking a word
to each
and
other.
they're all on their phones.
And sometimes they're texting the other person.
And they're texting
that's
each other.
Like,
and you see see the one on that end and this one, and you're both laughing and looking at each other because we're sending each other something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That may sound funny, but
here's the thing too. I was watching a really popular podcast. I'm not going to say what it is, but I was watching No.
Oh, because we only get 100 views.
That's still better than
I'm kidding.
Okay, good. But if you guys want to get more us out there, make sure you share and you subscribe and get other people to subscribe.
We might do something later. We'll try to figure it out. Some
yeah,
kind of contest.
If we get 100 subscribers,
some kind of
awesome.
giveaway.
Yeah, at the 100 subscriber mark.
Well, don't just say that.
Why not?
Because is that a promise now?
No, I just said it's possible.
You know what? We'll bring that to you. We'll bring that to the audience very soon.
So if y'all have friends and you have friends that have friends, just saying.
Some kind of giveaway. We'll do that soon.
Yeah, but anyway, so I was watching a popular podcast, and one of the things they had this really this tour they were giving these people that were from I guess you'd call citified kind of area, and they're like, so they were driving through nature and all this beauty and stuff, and they're like, oh, and they're thinking, well, maybe they'll video, or because they all had their phones. They were on their phones, and they're thinking, oh, maybe we'll do a video of their videoing everything, whatever, recording. Nope. None of them even looked up, and they were just surrounded by all God's nature. They were all on their phones the whole time. Didn't look up once. It's like, because they're so into that, they miss out. They miss out on the natural.
Remember the Pokemon? What was it?
Oh my goodness!
The app?
Gotta catch them all.
Whatever. I don't know what it was called.
Yeah, it's Gotta Catch them all. It's Pokemon. Go Pokemon or something like that.
Yeah, and
in school, when I was in school, boys and girls on would have it's like a little.
No, this was not when you were in school.
Oh, you're talking about the app where they could find Pokemon.
I hope you weren't in school because we were already married.
That's not what I meant.
This was recent.
Yes. Okay.
Within I don't know how many years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember
5
that.
years ago, and everybody was walking around because on their app they can find where all the Pokemon are.
Oh my goodness.
People were walking into traffic. People were walking off cliffs.
Yes, it was bad.
Because that's the point. They're so drawn into this device.
You don't even know.
And
you just talked to me about that. You said to be more situationally aware.
Situational awareness.
Yeah, it's very key, especially in a society that is got a lot of violence and scary things happening.
When it comes to we'll just brush on this real quick, but when it comes to safety, whether in your home or out and about, there's a lot of criminal activity going on, a lot, and it can happen so fast. The number one thing you can do to protect yourself is situational awareness. And if you're I just saw the other day someone on their phone walking across the street at a traffic light, a crosswalk, right? But they looked down all the way up to pressing the crosswalk, crossing the street, traffic's waiting, but still, nonetheless, crossing the street, and then they crossed the street and continued on, and not once did I see their head come up. And headphones on or earbuds or I forgot what it was.
Oh man.
So now they can't hear their surroundings. They don't know if a car's coming, can't hear the horn, can't hear someone sneaking up on them.
I think the problem,
whatever.
Yeah, it just like with these trends, like watching, like they have the TikTok challenges, they have the like videos, cat videos, they have all kinds of some really silly, dumb things, some very rude things. I've also seen some good ones though. I'll say like where they go and they're like, I give free hugs, like just.
But the good ones, I even stay away from the good challenges, all of them, because that's the gateway into.
Yeah, you can get sucked in really quickly. Of course, again, there are good things. Like you have people that advertise like for Christian books and, other things like that, which I'm fine with. But I will say that it is you wonder, because for instance, I know someone that struggles with like mental illness, has mental struggles. And so they would distract themselves on the phone, right? Well, the problem there with anything is that sometimes when you could be like in the Word, or you could be like, helping people or whatever, we're so busy helping ourselves in a way, really, that we miss opportunities to connect with people. We miss opportunities to show people that we care and just do things that are like more meaningful to society, I guess you could say. But, there's so many things that we miss out because we're so focused on these things that please us, that entertain us, and we don't look at the world around us.
Yeah. So,
and
obviously,
spending time with family.
We don't stay away from our devices 100%.
No.
Like I said, in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be very mindful and careful of how much time you're spending on it, because like you said, the 5 hours go by, it can get carried away.
Yeah.
So we have to have discipline.
Yeah.
We have to discipline with ourselves, and of course with our children.
Prioritize.
Monitor our children, right? And you're not being a meanie when you monitor your child.
You put boundaries, restrictions.
There's so many reasons why you do it. There's not just time,
and we need to do it on
content,
ourselves.
what it does to your mind, what it does for your time, what it does for your the instant gratification thing. There's so many areas.
Psychologically, it can mess with you really bad too. People don't realize you actually can get more depressed when you're on it.
And then when you said missing out,
FMO.
and this is not so much on your devices, but I guess it does relate to it. Streaming. A lot of movies and TV shows are now on streaming apps, right? You can watch them on your phone, on your TV, whatever. But a lot of people, like I said, are watching them on their phone. We've gotten so comfortable with that nobody's going to the theater anymore. It's hard for most movies, to make any money because no one wants to go to the theater anymore. They want to watch them at home. What that does is take away that socializing with people, right? Going to theaters, because people would go together and hang out.
Yeah.
Social events.
Yeah.
But now you want to do it. You're by yourself. In the dark on your phone watching.
Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. Whether it was streaming or not, I still wouldn't want to go to theaters. So that's just me. That's how I am. I'm not a big on that. I never have been, so that's not really. It doesn't apply to me. I'd prefer it at home. So because then I can be around my family the way I want to, and I don't have to deal with expensive prices.
But you get my point.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I get what you're saying. I just don't totally agree that is the worst thing in the world.
Well, if
I'd rather be doing something more fun than that. If you like movies, then yes.
Has nothing to do with the movie. Okay. So
it's the environment. It's the setting. It's what makes you happy.
It's like social interaction.
I got you. Yes.
It's getting out.
I know what you're
mingling with people, having a life with someone other than yourself.
Face to face.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
And so that
I get that.
I guess going to the theater,
to me, it seems
is a bigger version of when we talked about everybody sitting around in a setting and they're all on their phones and not talking to each other.
Well, that's what you're doing in the theater. Just being honest.
But there's a lot of talk that goes on before the movie and after the movie. And then you usually maybe go to dinner after.
Maybe.
Hang out. You know what I mean? Either way, you're getting out of the house and you're getting along with other people.
Yes. But as you know, I would not want you to take me to the movies.
I am going to
date.
delete this segment.
No, you're not. That was a good one because I just soak it up, dear. Oh, no, I don't want any. I'm good. Thank you. But anyway, yeah, that's hilarious to me because I've had this conversation with you before, and movies are not my favorite.
I should have known better, huh?
You should have known better because I'd rather go out and actually do something other than just sit there when I could do it at home.
That's my point, though.
Yeah.
To get out and do something.
Yeah, stare at a big screen instead of a small screen.
Yeah. Nature's screen.
Yes, that's better.
Right?
Yeah. Just saying. But I get your point. Yeah, it's good to get away from that stuff. You get easily distracted. You honestly, it's just like with everything else. It's a distraction that can take you away from dealing with the problems that you're dealing with, or not dealing with, rather, by getting distracted.
It's the same as alcohol.
It's escapism, like what I've talked about in the past.
You're just trying to cover up something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. People do that a lot that are struggling with depression. In general, I actually know someone else that you could say that, they struggle with that. And then you distract yourself with other things. Anything that you idolize or put in place so you're not dealing with your problems.
There's been a few times I have forgotten my phone. at home when we
Like today.
like today when we go somewhere, right?
Oh man, he had a panic.
The only reason I needed it today, though, there was only one reason.
Yeah, it was important.
But other than that, I was like, oh, my phone. I left my phone.
Yeah,
And
he's gonna have a
but
conniption. It's
but
bad.
I like when that happens.
I do too. Well, initially I don't.
Okay, you
initially
like,
I don't because you get all you get
so
all yeah.
I panic,
Yeah, you do.
right?
Oh yeah.
But that's the point. People panic without it.
Exhibit A.
But
don't do what
but
Robert
once
did.
once the panic kind of fades, and I get my bearings and I get my senses together, and I'm like, it's probably a good thing, because I was thinking, had I had it today, the things that I would have looked up on it, when would I have be looking on it? All this and that. And I was thinking while we were driving, I was like, we can actually engage in conversation.
I still remember when you fasted from the phone, and it was so, and I did it too at one point, and it was so nice to do that. It was so, and actually our pastor talks about that sometimes, is fasting from social media. He actually talks about that from the phone, and I really love that because it's true. You are more attentive to things around you. When I'm on there, you can get so I don't know what's the word. You get just pulled in, right? Sucked in. And
It's a trap.
Yeah, my thing is, what I have issues with is because I'm a book reader. So I have like thousands and thousands of books on there. And I mean, I can read for hours and hours and hours. And so that can be a problem.
Some things are okay.
To an extent. If you
yeah.
put that first over someone else, anything can become a problem.
We need to be self-aware of how long we are spending on it, and
the people
and
around
what we are
us.
doing. And especially if you have family or friends around, engage them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then let's say no one's around. Well, there are other things to do other than being on your phone.
Yeah. Forces you to use your imagination, which is always nice.
I know some people who are anyway.
What?
No, it's like just so
like
they don't know what to do with
another
themselves.
thing too, you can start, if that starts causing you to like do the wrong thing, like sin, then you know that it's a problem.
It's an addiction.
Like if you get angry about it, or you get like freaked out, like panicked, you can, or worry or whatever. I mean, that's when you start knowing that it's an issue. And
turning into a monster.
Not only that, but then your children, if they're not getting the attention they need.
Yeah, a while back, we talked about this before, but a long time ago, one of our children was getting caught up in that, on the device way too much. Attitude started changing, and we noticed that. So we had to readjust, set some time limits, some boundaries, content, time, this and that, right? Until the attitude changed. And then even then, when it went back to normal, we didn't just lift those boundaries. Like, well, you know what? Let's keep them this way.
Because we don't want you going down that path.
And
again.
things are okay. It just can get away from us.
Yeah.
And it's not just children.
Everybody. I was just thinking that's so funny because you're talking about how with your phone and you were getting panicky or whatever, you're getting a little worked up about it. And I remember when because I guess for me, I'm more absent-minded anyway, and I've left my phone before a couple times. And you
don't care if you lose your phone.
You get upset.
I get upset for you.
Yes, I know.
get upset for you.
Yeah. Well, you also want to be able to contact me because I'm not exactly the most on there.
Yes, let's be honest, and
I'm not the most responsible when it comes to like contacting you, and so because I get easily distracted by people.
So,
and what I'm doing.
50% of the panic. It's not really panic, but I'm just being a little dramatic. But 50% of it is the security aspect of it.
Which is
for
ironic.
me.
Yes.
That's why it bugs me, because I'm thinking, how are we going to get a hold of each other? Yeah, we'll do it like the old days. Go to a payphone. Well, there is no payphone. And write a letter. No, you can't write a letter. So if one of us go missing, we're shopping somewhere or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Exactly.
Eventually we'll find each other, but it's a safety thing.
Yeah.
It's a safety thing.
Or you'll just go, if you know, or somebody around you has a phone, you just use theirs. Or you talk to somebody. You talk to a stranger. Of course, that's another safety issue. But
there are some good things that have come out of the invention of this mobile phone.
Mm-hmm.
And
some negative.
Let's say there's a car accident.
Yes.
And
Call
what are you going to do?
911.
Run to the nearest payphone to call for help? Well,
Yes.
what do people usually do? They immediately get on their phone, call 911, call for some help. There are good
There's
aspects.
also ones that stand there and take a video when there's something happening and they don't call. Sorry. That's the negative, and that bugs me to no end. I'm just saying.
You know why they do it? Because they can get 1 million views.
Yeah. I call it the self-me mentality.
Now that one makes me sick. When
selfie.
I see videos of something horrible going on, and this person is just filming it. And it's even worse if they're laughing about it and saying, "Oh, this is going to get so many views." I want to reach through that phone.
It's just, yes. So there's all kinds of things. It's just, yeah. What were we going on? We were talking about, to get likes. That's really it. It's a self-me, self-e mentality. It's a selfish mentality,
about
honestly.
me.
Yeah.
How many likes can I get?
It's all about us, which is not okay. It should
And
be
that's
all
why I'm
about
okay
God.
with, sure, we would like more views. We would like more subscribers, more shares, but for good reason,
Yeah.
right? Not going to get discouraged at the numbers because we know what we are doing. We're not doing it for us. On these mics, we're not doing this for ourselves.
Yep.
You know, we do learn from ourselves as we do this, but for the most part, it's not for us. Originally, is because, you know, where the state of the world is in, where it's going. People need some encouragement. They need some truth, whether it's biblical truth or truth in just itself.
Reason.
Reason.
Yeah. Common sense. That kind of stuff. But yes, we got serious a little bit there. And then you chug some whipped cream because then I pointed out the whole movie thing. That was... Is that your stress relief?
Does this have sugar in it?
Oh, yeah.
Not very much.
Okay, but if you... Just putting your body full of chemical stuff.
I'll stop.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Anyway. It could get addicting.
Oh, yeah, clearly, because you already started. You're going to do it again.
No. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
It's because I don't have my coffee with me.
Yeah, you had got some earlier.
I haven't.
You realize that coffee nowadays costs like the cost of like an extra kid to have?
From an espresso stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like say you're going out to eat. You might as well just tag on another kid to the bill because it's so expensive to get that coffee. I'm just saying. That happened today and I was...
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
I think we got a little sidetracked right there.
That's okay.
It is okay because this is our show. That's why people clicked out already. Stop watching.
Like, what are these people talking about?
Hopefully they came back. We'll wait.
Again. Talk about the drag.
But no, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Did you
I don't have...
find some words of wisdom for today?
I can.
We have the magic of edit. So
Yes.
we can put this in here. And we're going to leave you with some words of wisdom.
So this is Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Thanks for watching. If you like this show, hit that free subscribe button and share this video. We are on Facebook and Instagram. Also, check out our full-length podcast on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. The links are provided in the description below. Thank you.